Maybe if it were like a movie worth talking about. Holy fuck.
Then you could shit on it as Sly.
I feel like it's going to take away from my actual valid critiques if I do it as Sly. Because I feel like you guys are all like fanboy hard on for it. And I need to show you why you're fucking wrong.
Welcome back to DQP Does, the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network movie review show, where we do some drugs and hang out in slow-mo. With me this evening is Russell, my co-host.
Hi.
Okay. And Nathan.
Hi.
We also have Dave.
Hello.
And special guest Doug.
Thanks, Nathan. You're listening to the most professionally unprofessional.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I get that reference.
Wow.
Oh, man. So this week we're going to go over Dredd. Last week we did Judge Dredd. But first, Russell, do you want to read emails?
Yeah. You're watching a ton of Cyberpunk movies. Oh, this is from Bill from Indy. Yo. You are watching a ton of Cyberpunk
Hold on
movies.
a second.
What?
Start over.
This is your fucking segment. And you're like, I'm just going to read the body of it. I'm not going to read the salutation. I'm not going to tell you who it's from.
At what point in
Nothing.
time did you think I was good at this?
Got you fooled.
All right, go ahead.
Bill from Indy. Yo, you are watching a ton of Cyberpunk movies. You should have skipped the Matrix sequels and watched RoboCop, both 1987 and 2014. You should have me on the show again. I'm kind of a big deal.
All right. Well, you're not that big a deal, Bill from Indy, but you are our only fan, so we might have you on again.
I hard disagree with that. Not the only fan part. I've listened to the show recently. I think it's a pretty big deal.
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, we discussed doing at least the first one.
Yeah, I mean,
you
we
have
can
to do RoboCop 3. There's a
So-
little kid that says "fuck" in it. Whoa.
Oh, I'm sold.
Yeah,
I love when kids swear.
Oh, sorry, Keanu's here.
Jesus Christ. We will probably add those on to the end of the Cyberpunk stuff. I mean, we're getting close to the end anyway, aren't we?
Yeah. I mean, we also kind of discussed not really wanting to watch the next two movies.
What were the next two?
Repo Men and then Repo Men, the Genetic Opera.
Oh,
Yeah, let's not watch that one. I'm very much against watching that one.
I haven't seen it.
has anyone? No
So I
one's
don't
talked
know.
to Barry about being on for that one. I mean, we've talked about it on the show, so
He
I feel
doesn't
like
give a fuck.
he's heard it. Barry, you've heard it.
Yeah.
and haven't replied.
Yeah.
So-
So
That's fine
I don't know,
if we
we
don't want to
could-
do that.
did you discuss, I guess you could discuss him coming up next week. We could go straight to RoboCop.
Yeah, I can talk to Bill from Indy. The big deal. And
Bill,
See ya.
the Big Deal Indie.
no,
Yeah, it works.
no, it doesn't.
Why not? He does porn.
Whoa.
We're not supposed to talk about that?
Oh my god.
He just stopped listening.
we
We lost our one
we
fan.
lost our one fan because we fucking doxed him.
I mean, I'm proud of him if he does porn. Good job,
Yeah.
Bill.
Well, Shane said OnlyFans, so like I don't.
Nope.
He said he's our only fan.
I'm the one with
Oh,
OnlyFans.
wait, we do porn?
So
Not
Dredd,
me, like you by yourself, maybe.
was the movie we watched this week. 2012, rated R, an hour and 35 minutes. It's
Felt like 12.
if you what?
Hours?
Oh my god.
You are so wrong, Doug.
So Doug like showed up and was like, "This movie sucked, right, guys?" And everyone else looked at him like, "What? Did you watch the right movie?"
Yeah, the one with Keith Urban.
I thought he only did country music.
Oh man.
Well, this felt like somebody losing their dog in their truck.
Okay, so quick synopsis. Judge Dredd gets a rookie that's a psychic, has failed everything for some reason, even though she's a psychic. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Hold on, Doug. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to tie Doug down.
That doesn't.
Oh God, we are doing porn.
No. So he gets a rookie. He goes to do her assessment. They go to a triple homicide. They figure out that it's a new gang that's taken over this mega block, and they're going to take over one of the most lucrative and best drugs in the city.
But it's also brand new that nobody knows about, except we know everything about it.
Yeah. And they get locked down and have to fight their way up through 200 floors of Mega Block to get to Mama or Cersei, whatever.
Mama.
And survive. So that's what happens. And they do. And they survive. And then they leave. And then the person that introduced him to the rookie's like, "Hey, how'd she do?" And he's like, "She passed."
Even though she didn't, guys. She failed like 5 times. But whatever, because Judge Dredd never breaks the law, except, oh yeah, when he breaks the fucking law. This movie sucks!
Wow.
I disagree.
Huh.
So mad. So mad. Okay. Doug, go ahead.
You want me to do the rundown of the movie? Super cool opening shot. Awesome. Love it. Fucking love the opening shot. I liked the Deadpool intro scene on the highway. After that, it just becomes Die Hard, only like way the fuck worse. And he's not Judge Dredd, and somehow he got his costumes from leftover Mel Brooks Spaceball movies. Like, what the fuck is up with that helmet? He looks like he's wearing a ping pong ball.
He looks better than Stallone did.
No.
Yeah.
The Stallone outfit is infinitely better. Should he have taken his helmet off? Fuck no. But
Yeah,
that costume is better than Keith Urban's.
This is the one thing.
Jesus.
The one thing I will agree with Doug, and this was the one thing that I was going to bring up, was everything outside of the Mega Block and the clothes and guns does not look like Judge Dredd stuff.
Right.
Like,
I would agree with
because
that.
like everything before they get into the Mega Block looks just like, modern day kind of.
There's a
post-apocalyptic.
skate park, guys. There's a fucking skate park.
Skate or die, man.
Yeah.
Now, I think the Judge costume looks good if you hadn't just watched a comic accurate Judge costume in Judge Dredd. Like because they almost never do comic accurate stuff in comic movies, right?
Yeah.
Like they always change the costumes and everything because they're like, nobody would wear yellow spandex. Fucking, we'll do black leather with yellow piping. Fuck you, X-Men. Fuck you.
I mean, like, you're
Yeah,
gonna hate on X-Men, but defend this piece of shit.
Yes. Now, like, I think in that frame of accepting X-Men, of accepting other movies' costumes, that I think the costumes in this are acceptable. If you take it versus the Judge Dredd that we just watched,
made me watch last week,
which we watched last week. Yes. So in that frame of reference, the costumes are shit.
Yeah.
And I will 100% agree with that.
Okay. Now, let's get on to the villain.
Continue.
The villain is not a Judge Dredd villain. She's not. It's not a Judge Dredd movie. It's like fucking Attack the Block or Grown Up Home Alone or fucking Die Hard. Like worse versions of all of those movies. Like, it's not a Judge Dredd movie. And why the fuck can you lock down a Mega Block, but the only system of law, and I'm using quotation marks since this is a podcast, law can't unlock a fucking door? That's the whole premise of this fucking movie, is that the cops are so fucking dumb they can't unlock a door, and he's got enough bullets in his fucking gun that only holds 125 bullets, by the way. It shows it being 0 4 different times in this movie, and he keeps fucking shooting. Shane, why are you okay with that?
Because the guns don't make sense anyway.
But if you have a counter and he shows that he's out, and there's an important scene where he's like, shit, I'm out of rapid fire. I only have a couple incendiaries left. Yeah, I'm using the Stallone voice because Keith Urban doesn't observe impersonation.
I'm shook. As the kids say.
Okay.
Like, nothing about this movie makes sense. You guys were all just wowed by the fact that fucking Leonidas' wife was a bad guy or whatever. And, like,
What? Okay, that wasn't him.
No.
yes,
Leonidas is what she was Leonidas' wife in 300.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Where do you guys know her from?
Game of Thrones.
I think I knew her from something before that.
Seriously.
Oh, I didn't watch.
I didn't realize she was
Oh yeah.
a person to
Well,
Game of Thrones.
Well, like
That was like
super
a
sexist.
Like
Yeah.
a revival of her career.
She was
I
Sarah
never-
Connor
I didn't
in the
realize
Sarah
who she
Connor
was.
She
Chronicles.
was. She
I mean,
was.
Yeah,
Sarah
fuck
Connor.
that.
But that
Come
was
on.
a revival of her career. The Game of Thrones wasn't it?
I feel like the 300 started it. Was how much before 300 was Game of Thrones? Barry. 4 years.
Okay.
Actually, no.
Anyway, so like, I don't know. I don't care about the gun stuff because,
Because
like Shane said, the gun stuff doesn't make
5
sense
years.
anyway. Like,
I was like really
Close,
close.
yeah.
and then
Why doesn't the gun?
I think
Every
it's
other movie
I think
that
it
involves
says-
any kind of
hold on.
gunplay, you guys rip
Hold on.
apart.
Because
Hold
it's
on.
science fiction. Science fiction weapons, like that
Yeah.
weapon in particular, is not based on any kind of reality. It takes.
based on a Glock.
It's not though, because it has
I
different
mean, that's what they
kinds
used.
of rounds.
But that's what they used
But-
to make the gun.
Yeah, but it's not a Glock. Like the actual gun is
But,
not
okay,
a Glock.
If they have a ticking clock situation or a countdown ammo situation, and they show you that he has no ammo, and then he immediately turns around and fires roughly
it shows you-
1,500 rounds,
It shows you
But,
several
hold on.
times that he's running out. He doesn't.
several
run out.
times it says 0.
he also reloads. Like it's not.
Yeah,
He has magazines.
Where? When does he reload? I did
He
not see
reloads like
one
constantly
scene
through the
Yeah.
whole movie.
where he
Yeah.
reloads.
He really
several
does
times.
reload.
I've seen him where he cycles through his things
Well, he
and
does
where
that,
he
but
puts
he also
another
reloads.
magazine in.
And then
I've
he
seen him
also
put another magazine.
Hold
in
on,
several
guys.
times.
Stop talking to each other. Hold on. Let Russell talk.
Okay, so he
Let's get
reloads a shit
heated.
ton, and I'm pretty sure he reloads 3 times, which is how many magazine holders he has before he loots the other guy's body. That the bad judge, so before he loots his body. So that would give him 6 magazines at least. If assuming he only starts with 3 and 1 7, so assuming he starts with 3 and 1 in the gun, but he does reload pretty consistently. Now, whether or not he reloads more times than he should, I don't know because I don't really count.
Yeah, and the gun, like I said, the gun has no basis on reality. The only thing is that it shoots stuff and it uses magazines.
Yeah, even from a science fiction standpoint, like that gun makes absolutely no sense other than you just accept that it works.
Yeah.
Because how does it like cycle through all of those different things? Like it has to, and then also take magazines. Like it's
Yeah,
not the
it'd
outlaw
be
star
like-
gun. Like
It'd be like 5 different magazines.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you use current technology.
But
But
thank
yeah.
you for proving my point on why this is a shitty fucking movie.
Well,
no,
the gun
I mean,
already doesn't make sense.
The gun already doesn't make sense, so your point doesn't matter.
I feel like
Well,
it should matter
if you-
because the gun doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well,
if
the
you're-
gun.
Mm.
doesn't make sense in our world. It makes sense in that world, which is included in the comics.
No,
Like it's a science fiction gun.
No, that's not how the gun works in the comics.
So okay, let's go there then.
You have
How
to
does
load
gun
the
work?
bullets in the comics.
Like specifically which kind?
yeah.
Okay, and then he can cycle through.
No, you load it with what you want. So if he
Like you can switch magazines, basically.
well, it's more like a revolver,
Okay.
but like you can choose which chamber you're going to.
Yeah.
So if he loads like however many incendiary rounds and however many,
Yeah.
like
So that would make more sense.
Can
So
I,
that'd be like, yeah, go ahead.
can I interject?
Yeah.
I believe the gun is also relative to the Judge Dredd movie because he cycles through his rounds very similar to the Dredd movie. Like,
Yeah,
so that
it's
gun
almost the
didn't
same
make
exact
sense
gun.
as well.
yeah.
Like just
but I
saying,
forgive
I
a
feel like
Stallone movie.
Dredd copies the Judge Dredd gun.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I feel
which-
like the guns were very
it's-
similar. I didn't read the comic
like-
book, but I'm going off of that because he cycles through the same way.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
the exact
They
same
also
shit.
have the same like ID method. Is that something that is comic
Yeah.
accurate?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the blade sword method.
So my last comment on the gun till we get to the ID method thing is that I forgive it, I guess, because it's easier. Like in the movie, it's going to make more sense, and it's easier to show the audience what he's doing and make it more important than it would be if he was just chambering in individual rounds. Because you literally are telling, like, you're literally showing, like, the audience, like, on his little gun screen, like, hey, this is the thing.
Right, but then like they immediately disregard it because he like shoots 1,500 rounds. And they're like, "Oh no, he's almost out of bullets." It's like, I'm gonna mow down a whole fucking floor. Like,
Well, he reloads. Like, that's why I don't understand.
Yeah, and
okay, if like, how many bullets can a magazine hold?
again, we're
In that
talking about
in that
a
reality, like I feel like they
completely
hold more.
a
Yeah.
completely ridiculous weapon.
Like,
Yeah,
I feel like
but-
everything about this movie is false stakes.
See, like,
Okay, so you brought up the ID thing. So that's my biggest problem with the entire movie is where she gets captured, and everyone in the world knows that you can't use like a judge gun if you're not that judge. Like all the bad guys, all the villains know that the guns are ID'd to the judge, and yet Woods, I can't remember his name.
K.
yeah, K.
K Woods.
No,
No, his
Just
name is
K.
Okay.
Oh, his name in the movie's K.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. His
Um,
name is Wood. His actual name is Wood.
Wood, yeah, something Wood. But he still takes her gun and takes her into the elevator. So like that's really the only part that bothers me about the movie. But I also haven't read a ton of Judge Dredd comics.
Okay, so hold on. In everything in both movies, one smart villain and all the other villains didn't like know about the gun.
No,
Like one guy told another guy that you shouldn't use it. In the first movie,
right, but
that's how they introduce
in
it.
the opening of the first movie. But then later on, like
Yeah, some of them do
Armand
know.
Assante specifically doesn't grab Dredd's gun,
Yeah. But then in
which he
this
should have been
movie,
able to because they
have
but
the
this
same
is,
DNA.
Like,
But anyway,
Barry put that in last week.
But in this movie, no one really talks about it until that happens, and it brings it up in the beginning when Judge pulls his gun or Dredd pulls his gun. I'm just saying that like that whole thing about the ID thing is totally false.
Like, the mind-
not everyone knows about it.
that
okay.
whole section though of the mind rape scene,
Yeah.
It's a little much.
like that was dumb.
Yeah, you
Like
think
it
so?
didn't do anything. Like it was a bunch of fake shit. Again, like it was like, look at this, and I'm gonna do this to you. Oh yeah, well I'm in control. But then again, nothing fucking happens because of it.
Yeah.
Like
I mean-
it was more fake false stakes. Like,
Isn't that when she gets the information that she wanted?
no, that's later.
No, she gets
No, she
information from him right there.
She gets information
she
from
gets
him
the information
with
about
Dredd. I'm talking about after she gets captured.
Yeah. Okay. That is later.
Oh.
I think that's just, I mean, there is a purpose to it. It's just like showing that she's like, I mean, I guess more powerful than what we've seen yet in the movie. And then also like,
But
it's
is
kinda
she
like
because
her,
like
coming
nothing
back
happens?
moment.
Like she doesn't win because of that. She still gets the shit beat out of her by a bunch of people. Like,
Well, yeah, but not on like her. So like, I guess thinking about it like that would be like, it's like a power struggle. So like you're seeing like a power struggle between the bad guy and the perceived good guy. And,
well, you're seeing a power struggle between a mook and the perceived good guy.
Well, yeah, but either way, like, I mean, she comes out like on her turf, like she wins, and then she gets the shit beat out of her in reality.
On her turf, she barely beats the random guy.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, also like I don't.
Were you
think...
talking about her and Kay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the order of that all fucked up. Because when when she is talking to him when they're getting shot at, that's before she goes into his head.
Right.
Right.
Well,
So
she goes into his head,
she dips a finger
and
in
then
his
she
head.
sees him.
Sees the sex thing, and
Yeah.
then she sees something fucked up. And he thinks it shakes her. And it shows that it shakes her, but it really doesn't.
But it
It sort of does. Yeah.
but it doesn't matter because nothing matters.
So hold on. So then later she gets information from him by going into his head, and he thinks that he's going to have the upper hand, but he doesn't. And then she gets the information, he pisses himself,
Yeah,
and then they move on. Hold on, Russell. And then they move on, right? And then much later she gets the shit beat out of her, and it has nothing to do with her powers.
I get that.
Okay,
But what I'm saying is because of the much later she gets captured, the shit gets beat out of her, and the information, like that whole scene was pointless.
No, because it's not pointless at the time.
What advantage does that give them?
So she gets the information and gives him the code, and then
No, that's from the
Yeah, that's different.
that's from
That's
the
later.
creepy meth dude.
No,
Oh, yeah, the
what,
code is from
what she finds out from Kay is that the reason that they're trying to be killed is because there's a manufacturing plant at one of the higher levels, in like 75, 76, wherever it was. And that's the reason that Mama was trying to kill them, was because if they had taken Kay out of the building and interviewed him, interrogated him, they would have found out that that's where it was, and the whole building would have got taken out by judges instead of just 2 judges. And that's why she's trying to kill them.
But
Yeah,
if it
'cause
doesn't matter because they can just lock the door and judges can't get in because the door's locked.
They went. I don't understand your deal with the door lock thing because they
my
went
deal with
through
the door
a
lock
lot.
thing is if they can lock the building down where judges can't get in,
Mhm.
then why the fuck does it matter if judges try to get in?
But they show how much like trouble they went through. So she can't lock the building down. She has to get Techie Dude, who isn't necessarily a bad guy and is just consistently in fear.
Kill the whole staff of the building first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Then
go through a
gain
lot of
control
trouble
of
to
it.
lock the building down. Like there's a
But
lot of trouble.
that happens before he finds out about the drug thing.
Yeah.
So couldn't she
But-
just have let the judge take him out and locked the fucking building?
Yeah, but you can't stay in a locked building forever.
Why?
Because
That's the whole purpose. But
they can't
she's
unlock
trying
it.
to expand her criminal empire beyond what she already has. And you can't just live in a locked building forever and never leave it.
Yeah.
Like
that-
never ever.
And then also the reason they can't unlock it is because they don't even really try. They just accept that the building is having a software issue. The judges that show up later
They're
just
not trying
accept
to
that.
get in.
Yeah. They're not like trying. They're just like, oh, okay, well, we can wait a few minutes.
Yeah.
And which is kind of weird. Like, why would you wait a few minutes?
If anything, that part would be the part that's fucked up, not the
I feel that the whole thing is fucked up. Like
we understand that you think the whole thing is fucked up, but we're also explaining why you're wrong.
At every point in this movie, I'm just like, well, why did that's why are they doing that?
If anything, the only critique that I'm gathering from what you're saying that I would even halfway agree with is that it's the movie's all flash, no substance.
Yeah. That is entirely
That's
my
your
point.
whole point.
Like, I feel like I wasted my time watching this nothing movie.
Now, like,
Is it pretty? Sure, but so was Avatar, and that was also a shit fucking movie. Like,
well,
I think so was the new Clash of the Titans. Like, things can look pretty and be fucking awful.
I think the plot of this movie is fine. It doesn't have like anything to really say, but I think it works as an entertainment. So like, as much as I'm defending it right now, I'm probably going to give it a lower score than you might think. This is what always happens on this show is like I defend something and somebody else trashes it and we give it the same score, or vice versa. I trash it and they defend it.
7.
Yeah, it literally is.
It's not.
It literally is.
It is not a 7.
It's better. Yep. It's better than an average movie.
No. I mean, like it looked cool. I liked seeing the slow-mo death scenes.
Those were really well shot. I like those scenes a lot.
Yeah.
And like the dude did like 28 Days Later and shit. So like I get that he's like cinematic, but so is Zack Snyder, and we all agree he can't tell a fucking story. Like,
I disagree with that. I disagree with that real hard. Zack Snyder's biggest downfall is dialogue. And he can't tell a story through dialogue, but he can show a fucking story.
Yeah. If he did like movies that didn't have, if he did silent movies, he'd be like lauded as one of the best directors ever, probably.
I continuously say
the M. Night Shyamalan argument.
Well, no. I mean, he's got good movies too.
Yeah. If he just did the one thing that he did right that one time, he would be great. But he did it.
But he
did
tried
it wrong every other time.
He did try. He did try to do that every time. He just didn't do it every time.
So, okay.
And people got sick of it.
Yeah, I do agree that there is not a lot of substance to the movie, because like with the Judge Dredd character, and even this being a remake, like in the 90s, they like sort of did it, but they didn't really do it with the other Judge Dredd movie.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot more character and substance to the 95 Judge Dredd than the 2012 Dredd. Like, that was a character-driven piece. It was driven poorly, but it was a character-driven piece.
Right. And I agree with that. But, like, this movie wasn't... I mean, it's literally not built to, like, be a substance movie. Like, this is an action movie. This is a Saturday evening or Saturday afternoon, like, watch with your dad action movie. Like,
I mean,
that's what this is. And I love that, because, like, this also came out during 2012. So, like, this puts it smack in the middle of all of these other, like, comic book movies that we're getting that are full of substance, that are full of, like, characters and character development. And then this came out and was just like, I'm gonna shoot stuff. And then he shoots stuff.
Yeah, what year did Guardians of the Galaxy come out?
2014?
Was it after? I thought it was 2012, but it may be 2014. But, like, that's the same thing, but we also got character stuff, and we also got, like...
I was right.
Good story.
Good job, Shane.
Like, it's also, like, longer. Like, the movie isn't meant to be what else was coming out. Like, it's fucking Enter the Dragon with Judge Dredd.
You don't want to do this.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to do this.
I don't want to do what?
Enter the Dragon is entirely a character piece.
That's not what I mean. You fuck. Stop getting so angry. It's not that big a deal. What I'm saying is,
Are you offering me the red pill?
Yes.
I took it already.
Dave's out.
You put a badass guy in a very desperate situation that it doesn't appear that he might make it out of, and then you just show him working his way through the situation and him making it out. Like, it's not meant to be a huge, like, in-depth piece. If they wanted to do a huge in-depth piece, they would have done, like, a whole police brutality thing and him learning not to be a piece of shit. Because, honestly, the Judge Dredd character is not a good guy.
Nope, I agree.
Like, he is not a good guy.
He's pretty much a fascist.
Yeah, he is a fascist.
Yeah.
He is legit. Like, he is not a good guy. I don't know if in the comics it's different, but neither of these characters from either of these movies is a good fucking guy.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I don't agree that Judge Dredd isn't a fucking good guy. I don't agree that Judge Dredd is a fascist. I don't agree that all of those things you're saying about Judge Dredd. I do agree that this piece of shit movie was like that.
To me, Judge Dredd is kind of like a lawful evil D&D character. Kind of fits that.
Yeah, I don't know how he is in the comics. Like I said, I haven't read a ton of Judge Dredd. Like, it's
Paul playing a paladin.
Yeah, that's this movie. But like the actual Judge Dredd like cares about people and like saves people, and he's like,
yeah, they show a little bit of that, which is why I don't understand why you don't like how it ends, because like he has 2 humanizing moments and that's it.
because he breaks the law to have those humanizing moments, which Judge Dredd doesn't do.
Like even in real life, like most of the time being a human means breaking the law. Like that's where we're at. So anyway.
Yeah, you basically have to be a human to download a car. That was for him.
Just me, apparently.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
So he has the 2 humanizing moments. One's at the beginning where he like gives the homeless guy a chance. He's like, "Hey, don't be here when I get back." But even then, that's still kind of shitty.
I'm fine with that one. I wasn't counting that as one of his humanizing moments.
And then the second one is at the end where he passes her anyway because like...
What was the other one, Doug?
He like doesn't kill the lady in the apartment.
Which lady?
The one that's, I guess, married to or living with. I guess it's not explicit.
Yeah.
But Olivia Trilby kills the this cowardly dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they go into the apartment and Dredd is like, I should kill this person. But then he doesn't. So to me, that was a humanizing moment.
And the kid scene.
Yeah.
He stuns the kids instead of killing them.
I thought that the like, because with the homeless man, he's like, he's breaking the law, but that's like not a very like bad law. Right. So I've got to go do this. Don't be here. Which also karma, the guy doesn't move.
Yep.
You tell he wasn't there after.
It was only like 2 weeks or whatever in the ISO cubes. He ended up with a death sentence. Not a good trade-off for not getting up off your ass, bud.
Yeah. So like to me, like the scene at the end was like, that's what made me the most mad, because he keeps talking about and he sees the corrupt judges and he talks about how it shouldn't be corrupt. And then he's like, yeah, but like, let's corrupt the system more.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
which proves that this movie is nothing.
Well,
he didn't learn a lesson. He didn't grow from his experience.
Yeah, he did by letting her pass, even though she wasn't supposed to, over losing her gun that no one else can use anyway. It's a stupid rule. It's a stupid rule.
It's not a stupid rule.
No.
No one else can use it anyway.
No, you need to keep track of your guns. Folks at home, you need to make sure you keep track of your guns, okay?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you in real life, yes. But in this movie, where she's the only person that can use her gun, it doesn't matter if she loses.
You know, it was programmed, right? Like, it wasn't like she wasn't born with the gun.
It wasn't like her arm gun.
Yeah.
You can like
she's
hack
not
it.
Mega Man.
Oh, I thought that's how she was chosen, as like the gun chose her. No, I'm just kidding.
What movie did you watch? Because this sounds way better than what I watched.
Oh my god!
It's just perspective, right? Like when you are watching a movie, like I mean, it's just like everyone takes away something different. So like that's why I think it's funny half the time when Shane and I are talking about a movie and disagreeing, we give it the same rating.
Yeah.
Because like the ratings are more like based on comparatively to other movies, sometimes comparatively to movies we've seen recently, and then it's more like how well does the movie go together and like how much substance does the movie have. Whereas like I can like a movie that's just an hour and a half of wasting my time. I waste my time fucking jerking off more than that in a week.
Yeah, but at least that has like a satisfying ending.
Sometimes.
You're doing it wrong, bro.
Hey now. It's a different podcast now.
Edge too far, it ends up in your bladder.
Oh no.
Anyway, that's probably too far.
All right, folks.
Hey guys,
This is the DQP.
when you masturbate, just go ahead and climax. Because you might fuck your shit up if you don't. Apparently.
Go ahead, I need to go.
Do you need to go check your bladder?
Yeah, I gotta go check
Email us at draftyq@gmail.com if you've ever gotten jizz stuck in your bladder and had to go to the doctor. Go ahead and put that attention to Russell.
You usually don't have to go to the doctor. It's like, this is not pleasant.
Oh, God.
Has this really never happened to anyone else? It's called retrograde ejaculation. This is a real thing.
It sounds like a death metal band.
Doug's looking him up right now.
No, I've checked out of this podcast. I think Nathan and I are going to go get some sushi.
Get some sushi.
I love sushi.
Wow. Okay, was there anything else that you hated about it other than everything?
I liked the very, very beginning.
You actually liked the very, very beginning?
I'm okay with everything until he goes to meet Olivia Trilby.
Okay.
Like, I liked the Deadpool intro on the highway. I liked that it had, like, the Drock on the things, because that's, like, his version of fuck in the comics. I thought that was cool. The initial use when you don't know what slow-mo is and they're doing the cool slow-mo thing, that was super cool. Visually. Yeah. But, like, once that you, like, find out what the movie's about, you're like... But, yeah, I mean, like, the beginning was cool, and the voiceover was cool.
Okay.
And, like, the fucking... Hall of Justice. Meanwhile, I like that it started with that. That was pretty fucking cool. But yeah, pretty much everything after the
first like
credits.
5 minutes. Okay. I really liked that beginning too. It reminded me a lot of Blade Runner. Nothing?
Me too, Shane.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. It was a solid Blade Runner like intro done correctly. Unlike Blade Runner. Blade Runner sucks. Is that what you wanted?
I was waiting for Nathan to say it, but it's okay.
I like Judge Dredd.
I did too. I really liked Judge Dredd.
I also like Dredd.
This is where we agree.
I really like Dredd.
Yeah. Nathan, what did you like about the movie?
He didn't take off his helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good, because Carl Urban without a beard, or Keith Urban, as Doug likes to call him, looks better with a beard.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
That's
That would have been
guy.
a better movie.
I don't know. The whole
Totally different
storyline
guy.
I liked. The whole premise of the movie I liked. If it's not comic book accurate in the sense that, you know, Dredd should have just like killed everybody and judged everybody and been the fascist that he's apparently supposed to be. That was their words, not mine, Doug. Then that's bullshit. But I liked the movie and it kept me entertained for the hour and 30 some minutes I was watching it.
Yeah. So IMDb
Which is better than
says
some pieces of shit I've had to sit through. I'm not gonna say
Like
any
Minority
movies.
Report.
Yeah, that was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was better than that. I forgot like half the movie was in it.
Forgot half the movie was what it was.
I honestly did. I swear to God. There's like whole
What part
sections of that movie I
was
forgot.
good, though. Like
No, dude, if you take out all the like
if
dumb,
you do the like
terrible
beginning
action scenes
and the credits, it was the best movie that
No,
Tom Cruise
if you
ever
take
made.
out like the terrible action scenes, it's like really good. Like it's like a sci-fi noir thriller. It really is.
Look. The problem with Tom Cruise is that
He
didn't
turns
play
every
Iron
movie
Man.
into
I wasn't gonna go there.
Mission Impossible 2 or
Basically-
later.
Basically, yeah. That,
2
like,
or later. First one was good.
like, I mean, I think like like arguing for the
action.
vapid, pneumatic, as in full of hot air, movie style. I think a Mission Impossible is great for that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this one just was like worse Die Hard. Like at every point, if this were John McClane, it would have been a better fucking movie. Like that's what I kept thinking.
I would watch Bruce Willis play Dredd.
No, you would watch Bruce Willis play Bruce Willis in a Dredd movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he'd also take his helmet off because he also thinks he's pretty.
Somebody needs to talk to these guys.
You don't think Keith Urban thinks he's pretty?
I think Carl Urban is more concerned with his performance and how the movie comes out than whether or not he is pretty and whether or not people see his face or abs.
I feel like this
Unlike
movie pretty much
most of the
negates
list.
that statement.
He never takes his shirt off.
No, he doesn't. Like, I agree that he stayed in character. I don't agree that he cares about putting out a good movie.
God damn.
I mean, I think
He was in fucking the Pitch Black sequel. Like he doesn't care about putting out a good movie. He's been in some.
Talking about Chronicles of Riddick?
Yeah,
That is one of the best sci-fi movies ever made.
dude.
I haven't even done those
what
yet.
the fuck?
I don't know about that statement, but I
Dude,
wouldn't call it a piece of trash either.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it trash.
that
I haven't
movie's
seen it in a long
amazing.
time.
I do not. Oh god, that's another movie where I'm just like, what?
That's my favorite movie out of all of those movies. Is Chronicles of Riddick. Pitch Black's good. It's a good horror movie, but Chronicles of Riddick is a fucking sci-fi movie, and it's great. When was the last time you watched it?
I don't know, when did it come out? 2005.
Probably.
2005. I don't need to see something more than once to know that it's terrible.
I mean, I feel like it's important to rewatch movies throughout our lives.
Yeah, I mean, I do that with good ones.
Anyway, no, I like Carl Urban a lot. But I mean, okay, he also did the Doom movie with The Rock. That was the first time that I had seen him, and I was like, but he was also the only person in the movie I liked. Like, he was the only thing in that movie that I liked. This is before The Rock got good. Dude, he wasn't always a good actor. That didn't happen till later.
Scorpion King? No, you're wrong. Scorpion King. Come on.
The Mummy one that had him in it.
Yeah.
The
Well, that
actual
was-
Scorpion King movie was
That's CG.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great.
No, he's actually in it at one point. Towards the beginning.
Oh yeah, he does the whole
Yeah,
intro
the
thing.
Scorpion looks like ass. Like,
Yeah.
That looks terrible.
Rosamund Pike, that I couldn't remember her name. She is fantastic in that movie.
Which movie?
Doom.
I don't remember that performance.
His
I
sister.
remember The Rocks, and I remember Carl Urban. Like, The Rocks was awful. Carl Urban was like, who the fuck is this guy? I need to see more of him. I had the same experience with Sam Worthington in Terminator Salvation. Like, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he not in more stuff?
Why was that the movie where you were like, yeah, this guy?
Because that was the first movie I seen Sam Worthington in. And it was like a very memorable performance, at least for me. And then he did Clash of the Titans, and I was like, dude, you got to pick better scripts.
See, I feel that way about Keith because like I'm going through his actor. Like, okay,
Hey, everybody, I just want you guys to know that his name is Carl Urban. Keith Urban is a country singer.
Okay, now I get it.
so he does like I'm not gonna count all the like New Zealand stuff that everybody has done, like Shortland Street, Hercules, Xena. Like we'll forget all that shit. So
Hold on. He was in Hercules?
If you're from Australia and / or New Zealand and you're around the age of 40 plus, you were in Hercules and Xena. Okay, so he's in the Lord of the Rings movies. Good. But he's nobody, and he was like the New Zealand guy that knew how to ride a horse.
Yeah.
He's in Chronicles of Riddick, which I think is a shit movie. He's in The Bourne Supremacy, which is the worst of the Bourne movies. He's in Doom, which is not a good movie. He's in Out of the Blue, which is not a good movie. He's in Pathfinder, which is
It was
okay.
for what it was.
He's in Star Trek, which we all agree. Fuck J.J. Abrams. Fuck his Green Lantern HBO series. He's
we
in
don't
Red.
agree that the Star Trek movies that J.J. Abrams did were
He's
bad.
in
I
Red,
agree with you, bud.
which is like okay. He's in Priest, which is bad. He's in Dredd, which you guys think is good, and I know is
But-
bad.
Hold
It's
on,
good.
hold on. Go back to Priest. Priest is bad because of the budget.
But
That
here's
movie,
what I'm saying. Like,
that movie should have been amazing.
Like-
That should have been a comic book movie that we still talk about.
I agree the same thing for
Paul
Dredd.
Bettany,
I agree the same
Carl
thing
Urban.
for Red. I agree the same thing for the Chronicles of the Riddick movie. I agree the same thing for the Star Trek movies. They should have been great. They should have been awesome. But it seems to me a common denominator is any movie Keith Urban is in gets basically like, okay. So is he a great actor or is he just the best thing in a big pile of shit?
I mean, that's a good question, but I mean, he is arguably one of the best thing in The Boys. Like,
Yeah, everybody gets lucky once. We all like leaving Las Vegas.
I don't know who you're insulting from that movie.
Pick one. Elizabeth Shue, fucking Nick Cage.
Whoa! Whoa! God damn!
I'm just being insulting to be insulting now.
Fuck you, dog.
Yeah, we noticed.
This is
Yeah.
a violent episode. I
Yeah.
love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
we all know that Elizabeth Shue was the best in Cocktail.
She really was.
Ooh,
But-
maybe Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Remember when the chick from My Two Dads was in that movie?
You remember when she let Homelander drink her milk out of her titty?
No, that wasn't. I don't remember the actress's name. I can't make this joke. Barry,
Oh,
edit
Elizabeth
all of this
Shue?
out. No, I was talking about the girl that was in Step by Step.
Okay.
There's the disconnect.
So anyway, does anybody have any final thoughts before we rate this movie that we stopped talking about a while ago? No? Okay, I'm going to give it a 7. I think it's very fun, and I mean, if you like dudes shooting other dudes or chicks,
Watch Lethal Weapon 2.
You should watch Lethal Weapon.
you should watch
should watch
Lethal Weapon
Lethal
2.
Weapon.
But I mean, if you want a change of pace, you should watch this too. Don't fucking do it, Doug. I'm gonna give it a 7. While some of Doug's critiques are valid, it doesn't have a lot of substance, and there is some costume issues. I think it shines beyond that with some of the cinematography and some of the effects, which that's one of the things that bothers me about the movie. Not the lack of substance, because it's an action movie, and I don't, that doesn't matter that much. It's an element that will take an action movie and make it into a better movie. But if it's just an action movie and it succeeds at being an action movie, that's fine. It's just not going to be a 10. If you get an action movie that also has a lot of substance, then it becomes something greater and can be a 8, 9, 10 movie, right? But one of the problems that I do have with this movie is there's a lot of money spent, or it seems to me like unless they like just found a miraculous way to do this cheaply with like all the slow-mo effects. Those look fantastic.
Yeah.
And if they spent a lot of money on that, I feel like they should have spent some of it and done it like 1 or 2 less times. Some of it on costuming. And maybe anytime you're outside of the mega block on the setting, because there were a couple times like Doug was complaining about the Judge Dredd outfit. While it's passable, it's not anything close to being as good as the one from the Stallone movie. There's also like at least 2 times where I was like, that guy needs to go back to hair and makeup because his wig isn't on straight. So that hurts it a little bit. But otherwise, I think it's pretty solid. So I'm gonna give it a 7. Russell?
If you are a fan of comic books, maybe stuff, things, I don't know, watch this fucking movie. I like it. I like it a lot. It's just an action movie. It's not This doesn't have a ton of substance, which is going to lead to my rating. But it's like there's some subtext. They could have brought it across more. I feel my favorite thing about it is like it's mostly in dialogue storytelling. There's a few parts where they like have to straight up tell you and give you exposition, but like for the most part, like I think the movie flows really well. And it's paced. I liked the pacing, like, because it's an action movie, so it's just like fucking over the top, pretty much. Like after it gets going, like pretty much the rest of the time, like the movie's just like fucking boom. And so that's what I really liked about it. The lack of substance, and it could have been better. I mean, most movies can be better, but like I would have taken another half hour for them.
Blade Runner and Chinatown are probably the only movies that can be better, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think we agree on that. So I mean, honestly, I'm gonna give it a 7 too.
All right, Dave.
Hi, this is Dave. You guys remember me? I'm on the podcast as well.
I'm sorry, Dave.
No, it's fine.
I won't be back for 6 months, so you're good.
No, it's okay. I like you, Doug. I like you a lot. I love this movie. I don't know if it was conveyed.
You tried.
I
tried to convey it.
I tried. I love this movie. I love Carl Urban.
Yes, Doug. Carl, not Keith.
Yeah, Carl Urban. When I rate things, before I say my rating, I rate things,
go ahead,
I
man.
rate from the heart. Because I'm Dave Chips. I'm a man of passion.
Yeah.
Shane knows this.
I get
I'm a
it.
passionate man.
Yes, you
so
are.
I rate from the heart. I'm giving it a 10.
Whoa!
I fucking love this movie. It's so fucking good. I don't care what Doug says. I like Doug, but I don't care. I thought it was shot really well. There was a lot of violence.
Yeah.
I like violence.
Yeah.
I'll admit that. I like violence. Yeah.
Shot well, and there's lots of violence. So 10 from Dave.
Now you know how I roll my entire life.
All right.
No, I always have a blast watching this movie.
Yeah.
When it first came out, a bunch of buddies and I went and saw it in the theaters, and I think we saw it again in the theaters. And it was like in heavy rotation when when friends would hang out and shit. It's just,
Yeah.
I agree that it doesn't have a ton of substance. But I also watch movies like Microwave Massacre, so I don't care about substance.
Yeah. You don't always have to have it. Sometimes it's just fun to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about this movie.
Yeah.
That's why I gave it a 10.
All right, Doug. Where's your one at?
Okay, look. Originally, I was going to give this a 6. But because Dave gave it a 10, I feel like I have to give it a 0.
Balance the scales.
Balance Dave's fucking rating.
Doug, I'm going to hug you after this.
So -4.
Whoa!
I'm also upset Dave gave it a 10.
You know, like, it is...
You know what? Hold
It
on.
is shot well.
Yeah,
the effects are good. I do think for all the jokes, Carl Urban did a good job trying to play the character. I just feel like that the director, who also decided I don't want my name on this movie, which should be a sign that the movie's fucking shite, and the writer were like pretty much like video game and horror movie guys. Like, I feel like that hurt this movie.
You think
Also,
it was
the
you
fact that the
bald,
movie
don't you?
was done like in 3.5 weeks, like in gaps of shooting. Like, I feel like
Holy
they were
shit.
like, let's rush this out, and then in post we'll make it look fucking awesome, and that will cover up the fact that we don't actually have a movie. Like, I do think it like looks amazing, and Carl Urban does a great job trying to save this Titanic. It is a 5.
Okay.
Do you know if the director left because of like issues with the studio?
Issues with the writer.
Oh,
Was it U-Bowl?
No, it was like 2 British dudes.
You just said horror and video games, so I was
Well,
like,
you
was
know,
it U-Bowl?
It feels like a worse version of Resident Evil Extinction.
a worse
I don't
version?
think I've watched that one.
I don't know. Is that one? I just guessed.
That is one.
Yeah.
Fucking yes.
The
I've only seen,
good
like, one Resident Evil
movie
movie.
is the first one.
Yeah, I've watched the
Some were
first
awful.
one. I don't remember any of
I
them.
like the
I think
first
I watched
one.
some of
The first one's good.
I've watched pieces of a lot of them, but I want to say something real quick. Dave, you've been within like a half a point of everyone, like me and Russell every time.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I just want to say congratulations for really feeling yourself on this one and
You know what?
going outside the box.
Thank you. I'm growing. I'm growing
Yeah.
as a podcast entity in here.
Yeah,
More of Dave Chips is coming out.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you.
yeah, because
Yeah,
Russell was like upset, but I'm proud.
Well,
Oh, thanks.
okay. When Shane puts it that way, I'm also proud because now Shane has
now he's
like
got to jump on
signaled
my
us.
fucking.
I do because Shane has
Coattails.
signaled us as some sort of authoritarian regime. Trying
You know, it kind of feels like that sometimes. And I don't like the authority.
And I appreciate rebellion. So now that Shane has put it into light, I'm happy with your rating.
I don't know where I said that I was a fascist at, but apparently that's like a theme
I didn't
in
say
this
fascist.
episode. Fascists. Nathan.
Hi. Speaking of, I am not a fascist.
You were doing a Charlie Chaplin impersonation.
I did the best one.
Do not shave that mustache.
Never.
Go ahead. What do you got for us?
I'm gonna do this my review of this movie in a special way that I think Doug will appreciate.
Okay.
When I was watching this movie, when I watched Dredd compared to Judge Dredd, it was like a new wind blowing like I'd never known. Yeah. I was breathing it deeper, and it felt finally good to feel this way. And I was letting go of all my lonely yesterdays, and I'd forgiven myself for the mistakes that I'd made watching the previous Dredd movie. Now, there's one thing I want to do. I want to love this movie. I want to love it the way that Dave does. I want to feel the sun shine down on me as Carl Urban puts his arms around me. Let me know there's nothing in this world that I can't do. Thank you.
I just want you to know that I am head over heels in love with you.
I think I'm fighting Doug for Nathan's love. 'Cause, damn.
I didn't know how to fucking rate this movie. And I was like, fucking Keith Urban. Fuck it. I'm going to pick one of his songs. And it was just the first one that I only knew the words to. So there you go.
Oh my God.
That was awesome. I give,
Well, there was a lot of fighting in the beginning of this,
I
you
give
know,
this a
and
10.
I was trying to balance it out. I don't give movies number ratings. I'm not Siskel or Ebert, and I'm alive. So I don't know if either one of them are dead. I assume they're old.
One of them is.
Well,
Also,
whatever.
I love your creative outlet of rating it however the fuck you decide to.
Yeah, I agree.
And most of the time, it's when I'm called upon to rate the movie, I'm like, banana sandwich.
That's a good rating.
And I like banana sandwiches with a little, Nutella and marshmallow fluff.
Actually, you know what's really good? Maple bacon.
We were bacon. Yeah.
Banana, pickle, and peanut butter.
Have you ever
Again, that is called a Blade Runner. You'll get the shits afterward. Thank you and good night. The end.
All right, so we are we're fuck you, Nathan. We're gonna scrap the plans to do Repo and Repo the Genetic Opera.
Thank God.
Every fucking time we say Repo the Genetic Opera, Dave's like, ugh. Oh
I
no.
do not like that movie.
I'm gonna watch Repo the Genetic Opera anyway.
Just to
and,
find out.
Like
Like
yeah,
he's got
just
you
to find out.
curious.
Yeah,
He's got me curious.
because like I've always heard it was like great.
I never watched it either.
yeah, but like I don't know. I
Genetic
knew a lot
Opera?
of like goth
Yeah.
girls and stuff in high school, so that's probably
Yeah,
why.
I've always heard it was great from like the people at Hot Topic that were shopping, that were standing next to me while I was
it's-
looking at the case.
It's very goth.
So
It's very goth. I'm just gonna watch I'll listen to a bunch of Typo Negative and I'll be set. I don't have to watch Genetic Opera.
Is there typo negative in it?
No, it's just
Oh.
they're also very goth.
Okay. I was like, well, that makes me want to watch it more because I love typo negative. But anyway, so we're gonna watch RoboCop and we're gonna have a special guest next week.
fuck yeah,
Peter Weller.
All
probably
right.
not, but We'll try to dig him up.
He's a history teacher.
Oh, is he not dead? I
NYU.
just assumed he was dead.
No, he's
a history
At
teacher.
where?
NYU.
Oh, he might come to our podcast then.
No,
He
I'll
won't
get
do
a
it
hold
for
of him.
$50. It sounds like he needs money.
he's
as a
Peter
professor?
fucking Weller, bro. He
Also-
was Buckaroo Bonsai. He got that. He got that bonsai money, dog.
Got that
He's got
money.
that fuck you in particular Russell money.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's still
I mean,
not
that's
letting him
just
fuck me.
$50. But anyway, so that's
Wow. I was gonna see if you wanted to watch Repostgenic Opera with me, but just watch it on my own.
I mean, I'll just rent it again on your Amazon, so it's fine.
Just watch it within 48 hours of me watching it.
I'm going to particularly not do that.
You're watching it on hour 49.
Yep.
Dick.
Because fuck you, $50. And buy it in like
If you
different
buy that
versions.
fucking movie, I swear to God. I mostly just don't want to scroll through my Amazon all the time and fucking see it there. In case I don't like it, I'm gonna be reminded how many times I watched it. Or how that I watched it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Thanks
for listening. Next week we're gonna do RoboCop. We'll have a
Yes.
special guest. You guys have a good day, evening, whatever the fuck you're doing. Peace out. I am the law again. That's the wrong movie, but whatever.
Do your Keanu.
Dude.
Now do your Christopher Walken.
Dude.
Hi, it's me, Christopher Walken.
This has been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network.